Alright guys, BLM here, back with more Odyssey. Continuing on here, we're doing the Paros Blockade. So let's do it. Why aren't I moving? Okay. Cool. I don't know why I was stuck there for a little bit, but okay. So we gotta take these ships down. Again, should be pretty easy. We're fully... our ship used to be fully upgraded. I believe they added in some more bullshit. Yeah, dickheads. I don't have enough for anything. What the fuck? Why do these cost so much? What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? Look at that. That's ridiculous. Wait. Something I just noticed too. Is there something new here? Wait, no, wrong one. Fuck, ship. Oh no, it is the same. Okay, never mind. Do we have any other ones? No, I don't really care anyway.
Get the oars ready.
Okay.
Let's go. Here we go.
You know, what I love about this too is that obviously, like, people have been waiting for like New Game Plus to come out. And it's like now that New Game Plus is out, everyone's like so disappointed at how like shitty New Game Plus is. Because I mean, like, it brings nothing new to the table. Like, it's literally the exact same shit. Okay. Well, actually, technically, it's even worse, considering it doesn't actually transfer everything over. Like, again, like your lieutenants and stuff, it doesn't transfer over. Obviously, it doesn't transfer stuff like viewpoints or anything. And obviously with the newest patch, they also did some nerfing of the stores, where like if you were to sell stuff at stores, it gives you less money. They also obviously the level cap to 99 is ridiculous. I mean, there's just so many things that you can just tell Ubisoft is just so obsessed with trying to make you continue playing this game. But it's like, I don't think anyone cares anymore. Like, does anyone care anymore? Okay, screw it. Fine, we'll attack this too. It's not gonna let us. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have the flamethrower, don't we? Do we not? No, let me use the flamethrower. There. Yeah, fuck you. There we go. Lover of flames.
Wait for the commander's return.
Sure. Oof, okay. I made it. Fuck. Talk. There. Again, still trying to go through ideas for YouTube videos. Maybe I will do the who would I vote for Survivor video. I kind of didn't want to do it because I thought it would take a while, but now I think, and I do think it'll be a long video, but I think it's something that might not take a lot of editing though. So maybe that is something I could do.
The harbor is clear. We need to move out before they send reinforcements.
We're almost ready.
I was kind of just going through my thought process of it though last episode, where it's like I need to kind of think of like the rationale for everything. Because I always have thought of this before, but never like really force myself to really think about this. But it's like, who would I vote for in every season of U.S. Survivor up to this point?
I'm used to it. We both are.
Yeah, there's 37 seasons, so it's 37 final travels to talk about. Again, the only problem I have with doing this with Survivor right now is that it feels kind of weird to like do it at season 37. Like, it's like such a random number to be doing all these sort of things at, but whatever, who cares?
At least now we can face them together.
Yes, for all that those bastards tried to take from us and your brother. We will find him. Come see me when you're ready.
Okay.
Are you
Wait,
ready to
what?
sail?
I'm ready.
Then I leave this to you.
Again, this is so strange. It's like it's like as if she's saying goodbye, but then we come back, and then she says goodbye again, right? I don't remember if she says goodbye again, but either way, we come back later. So it's like, why is she saying goodbye now? Like, it's so strange. It's like, why is this a thing? Oh, we did that pretty quickly. Yeah, unite front. Here we go. I think last time I had to level up a bit. I think that's what took me a while last time. Yeah, we're way ahead of pace, by the way. We're about 3 or 4 hours ahead of pace from last time, when we had to still do leveling up and like, even though like we rushed through it. Oh, what the fuck? He's way above our level. What? Was he level 60? Okay, well that's lovely. Cool. Cool. So that's not even who we're supposed to be fighting. Okay, so okay. Again, Richard Hatch versus Kelly. It's easy. Obviously, Richard. For me, Richard versus Kelly is more so about an anti-Kelly thing of the fact that she needed to win out, while Richard didn't. That's more my thing with Richard versus Kelly. Tina versus Colby. Again, I talked about the end of the last episode. I think I solidified on I would vote for Tina, even though for the longest time I would have said Colby. But I do think after thinking about it more, I think I would have voted for Tina. Ethan versus Kim, I think is pretty easy. Ethan, fuck, very easy. Kim, very easy. Ethan, again, very easy. Again, Kim needed to win out. Ethan didn't. Ethan wins, and actually, that's not even entirely true. Ethan, because like the thing about Ethan, again, Ethan's game is not perfect. Ethan wanted to go to the end with Lex, who he loses against, so that's not good. But at the same time, it's like he still had. I mean, the reason why Kim took him is because he had such a great relationship with Kim. So it's like you gotta give him credit there. I love we're just like, I'm just randomly pushing shit, by the way. Well, that's essentially what most naval combat in this is anyway. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, obviously Ethan versus Kim is easy. Vecepia versus Nalia is another tough one, because I feel like they're pretty close. Nalia was more so in control most of the time, but I do think Vecepia had more strategic thought in her game. I do think at the end of the day I would go for Nalia though, because again, the way I want to stay consistent, and the way I rank game, like who I would vote for and everything, and the way I rank my winners and all that sort of stuff, is who played the most dominant game, who had the most control over what was happening in the season. And I think at the end of the day, the person who had the most control over Nalia or Vecepia is Nalia. I mean, if it wasn't for Nalia and Pascal flipping at 5, that wouldn't have happened. And Vecepia had very little to do with that, which was the biggest move of the season. It was more so Sean and Kathy. Then... Okay, there we go. Alright, return... Again, here. Return Marini to Naxos. It's like, then what the fuck was the point of this? So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a Nalia vote. Again, and also the fact that Nalia had the majority at 5, they were able to get Kathy to vote with them. Vecepia, and then again, obviously what happens at 4. And the thing is, though, if Vecepia did not win immunity at 4, Vecepia was going home. It's not like so either way, like the only reason Kathy flipped was because she was forced to, because she was the one going home if that didn't happen. So it's like, I do think Nalia is the person I would vote for in that final 2. Brian versus Clay, again, obviously it's Brian. I mean, again, that's kind of a dumb one. Jenna versus Matthew is an interesting one. Because again, the issue I have with Jenna, 1, she wanted to quit. 2, she had to win out. Matthew didn't need those things. However, at the same time, Matthew was kind of just like, he was kind of a puppet the entire game, where it's like he didn't really make many strategic moves, especially like at the beginning of the game. I mean, more so towards the end, he definitely assisted with in what Rob was doing, and then by the very end, I mean, he does make the move of throwing the final challenge so that at least he knew that both of them were going to take him. So it's like that's a good thing, but it's like I think that's a tough one, and I think him getting rid of Butch was a bad move for him at 4. So it's like I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that I do think I would vote for Matthew, but again, that one's kind of like they're both not good. So yeah, Sandra versus Lil. I mean, again, Lil lost the game, so I would vote for Sandra. I mean, lost the game as in she got voted out 3rd, so I would vote for Sandra. Even though, to be fair, I mean, if Drake lost the first challenge, Sandra goes home first.
We have done great things together for its people.
But yeah, I mean, again, Lil had more control over the game, but the fact that Lil already got voted out and came back, that's something I can't really award or reward. So I do think I would vote for Sandra.
One at a time until they are blind and defenseless.
Sparta.
Sparta?
I still have influence there and allies. We can rally around our home and cleanse
Do you,
that
though?
influence as an example to the world.
It will be dangerous. Their hold on Sparta is strong.
Don't you think it's time we returned?
Together,
Yeah, this is supposed to be the culmination of the Odyssey and everything where she returns home, but it's like,
I have only a few more things to do here.
as soon as you're ready, we'll set sail for Laconia.
I think there's something you should do first.
yeah, again, the game implies that you should do the Isu storyline here, but canonically this doesn't happen until after the main story.
I think I've dealt with enough fathers for one lifetime.
I don't blame you for that.
Have you?
But there are things you need to know if we are to stop the cult.
Like what?
I know you seek answers, and I want you to have them.
Yeah, again, canonically this doesn't happen until after. And again, none of the mythical creature stuff happens canonically. It's literally, she just goes into, she goes down, finds Pythagoras, learns the information from him, gets the staff. That's essentially all that happens there, instead of, and again, like that, Alethea, is that her name? I forgot, the Isu in this game. I know it's Greek for truth. I forgot the actual name of the person though. But either way, yeah, they're not in the game either, so yeah. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? I think we're still gonna stick with the family storyline, right? So we're gonna pick Home Sweet Home. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a side quest, really? They include it as a side quest at the beginning here? I didn't realize that. Okay. Either way, we're doing Home Sweet Home. No, fuck off. Fuck off. Okay, cool. Cool. We might as well just sail there, right? I mean, I don't think there's much of a purpose of like fast traveling here, and then yeah, there's not. It's over here, so let's go. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have a decent amount of time to talk then. So yeah, Pearl Islands is easy. All Stars is easy again. Boston Rob over Amber. Vanuatu is another tough one. Chris versus Twyla. I think I would have gone for Twyla. Again, Twyla was more integral in a lot of the votes. Mind you, because again, she was controlling the, I mean, she was not control. She was the swing vote at the merge. Then they stick true until 7, and technically Scout is the one that created the idea to flip on the women, but Twyla is the one to enact the plan by going to Chris, and that causes Chris to go to Eliza. So, I mean, really, I mean, that one can go either way between who you give credit to, but again, like, Scout and, I mean, Twyla was able to make a good enough alliance with Chris to make him stick true to them, go to the final 3. And again, I mean, it's a bit up in the air whether she would. I do think she probably would have taken Chris if she had one final immunity, which is a big mistake. I mean, is it a mistake though? Because the thing is, Twyla loses anyway. But I do feel like Twyla had a more dominant game than Chris, where Chris was on the bottom for a good amount of the game. Really only came out on top at what, final 7, and even then it's like that wasn't fully his move. Again, Chris plays the end game, like, I shouldn't say flawlessly, because there are mistakes. I mean, again, him voting out Julie, him voting out Liza, and just lying to them. But again, he's able to correct those mistakes so well. But I do think I would vote for Twyla. So yeah. But again, that one, I think that one's kind of close. Because it's not like Twyla was dominating the game, dictating the action or anything either. But I just feel like Twyla was more integral to a lot more votes than Chris was. I don't know. I think that one's tough, actually. 10, season 10, I do think, I mean, this is a tough one because Tom did need to win out. But at the same time, it's like he's against Katie. So I do think I would vote for Tom. And then also, I mean, Tom didn't need to win until Final 4. So I think that's another thing. Is that, like, I mean, he only needed to win 2 comps. Yeah, it's not like he needed to win like 5 or whatever. So yeah. And again, when he is against Katie, it's kind of like, well, I think I would still reward Tom. And again, he was so dominant before that. Like, he was so dominant before the Final 4 where he needed to win out that it's something that you got to reward Tom. Because it's like, I think the difference here between, because like Jenna Maraska is the same thing, where like she only technically needed to win the final 2 immunities, but it's not like she was controlling the game before that. Like, she was in the minority for the last, what, 2 votes before, or 3 votes before that. And then also, even before that, it's not like she was dictating the action either. She was kind of like a second or third lieutenant sort of person. So it's like, are we going the right way? Or do we still need to go around more? Fuck, we still need to go around more. Okay, cool. Oh shit. So, there's that. Season 11 is tough too. Again, you got Danny and Stephanie. I think it's another Chris and Twyla sort of position where it's like you have Stephanie who did dictate more of the action. But I think that the tougher thing here is, I think Twyla never had a shot at winning. I don't think there's anyone Twyla can be up against that she wins the game. Stephanie actually had a shot, and the fact that she really blows those opportunities over and over and over again is the thing. And I mean, the thing is, does Stephanie have a shot though? I mean, I think that's another tough thing, is that, did she really? Because I think, like, if you're using logic, you would think she would have a shot. But then if you're looking at it from a, did these people not want a returnee to win? Or did these people not want, I mean, Stephanie in particular, to win? Because it's like, you would think that, like, oh, Stephanie against Jamie or something, Stephanie could win. Or Stephanie against Judd, you would think that there's a chance of her winning. But it's like, if you really think about it, I think she loses against Judd. Jamie, I think, is a bit more of a close thing. But again, that's at Final 8. So, I don't know. But it's like, again, Stephanie did dictate most of the action, but the problem with Stephanie is that she dictated the action the wrong way. And same thing with Rafe, where it's like, yeah, they dictated the action, but they dictated the action to where they brought Danny to the end. Shit. So, it's like, again, that's another tough thing. Because again, I rate my game, I rate the game on dominance. But it's like, if they dominated poorly, Like, where do I rank that? I think that's the tough thing I need to reconcile here, where it's like... But then again, this is from the perspective of before they had won. So it's like... I do think I would still vote for Stephanie. I think I would vote for Stephanie, and I think this solidifies that I would vote for Twyla over Chris. The more I think about it, because it's like... If I'm looking at a perspective of... Like, who knows where the jury votes are going? Like, it doesn't... Like, if I'm taking out the fact of who's a jury threat out of this, and more so looking at the fact of how they got there and how much control they had in how they got there, I do think I would vote for Twyla and I would vote for Stephanie.
I'm not sure of much, Cassandra.
But again, I think Dany's game was very impressive as well. But again, she was down the numbers. She did have to win the final immunity. So yeah. And you got Aris versus Danielle. I think that's another tough one, actually. I think Aris versus Danielle is a very tough one because I feel like they're pretty, like, they're around the same in terms of gameplay. Again, I think they were both very bad at certain parts of the game. I think they both wanted to take Suri to the end, which is a bad move, obviously. Mind you, it's a better move for Aris because Suri wanted to take Aris too. But it's still not good. And then you got... Are we really 21 minutes into this? And then you got... Shit. Yeah, and both of them made a lot of social mistakes, too. For the longest time, I did say I would vote for Danielle in this situation. However, I do think I would vote for Aris in retrospect. I don't know, that's tough.
Lamb, you made it. I trust the seas were favorable?
Poseidon might be the only
It's actually really tough, actually.
And did you go to Thera? Did you find...
I mean, Aris did successfully convince Danielle to take him to the end over Terry. I mean, Aris, again, Final Four is just kind of a mute point because of all the random shit going there. But at Final 5, again, it was... I mean, that was really just everyone, so I mean, that's not really something. Final 6, again, like, Aris was kind of on the outs, he was kind of dead in the water? Whatever. He was kind of dead. He was kind of dead and walking until Suri created the 3-2-1 plan.
Sparta is our home, but we'll have to rid ourselves of the Puppet King if we are ever to find peace.
Whatever happened to our old house?
Nikolaos stayed after I left, but now that he's gone, I don't know.
Actually, yeah. I think I would give it to Aris. Just barely, though. I think it's tough because I think they're both... Yeah, they're both pretty close. Again, yeah, I think the tough thing is if Aris doesn't win Final Four immunity, I think that's kind of a different story. Where I think it's, again, I think he goes to fire making against Danielle, right? Does he go to fire making? Yeah, he goes to fire making against Danielle because yeah, Terry was always going to vote for Aris. Danielle would have had to vote for Aris over Suri, and Aris would have voted for Danielle because they couldn't vote for Terry because of the idol. So yeah, I do think I would have voted for Aris, I guess. I don't know. 13, I would have voted for Yule. That's pretty easy, even though I think Yule got very lucky in the sense of his idol keeping him safe till the final 3 is essentially the final tribal, which I think that's kind of bullshit, but whatever.
Did you put your memories of us in
And also the fact that the rumors of, but then again, you can't really affect him in this final tribal, like the rumors of production rigging the final. Was it the bottle twist thing? Because they were scared that it was going to be an all-white, like, final tribal, or an all-white, like a white-dominated season, which they didn't want. So yeah. Fuck. Go. What the fuck? But still, I mean, Yule versus Ozzy. Again, Ozzy needed to win out. Again, did he though? I mean, he needed to. Yeah, he kind of did, right? Obviously, he needed the last challenge 100%. But the thing is, if you look at it, if this was a real game of Survivor, if this was a game that played out very similarly like previous seasons, Ozzy probably wins final immunity and votes out Yule and wins in a 5-4 vote. So I think it's tough, but I do think I would have voted for Yule, just because again that's kind of that's an uncertainty. Yule did play the most dominant game of the seasons. I mean, I do think I would still vote for Yule. Fiji is pretty easy. Vote for Earl. Again, I think.
This is where I first trained you to use your spear.
Hesitation only hastens the grave.
You remembered.
How do you think I got this far?
We had
Yeah, how do you think I got this shiny?
hand while you slept. You said you needed it to fight the monsters in your dreams.
I couldn't face Cerberus empty-handed. Those children will be ripped to shreds. We should help them.
Cassandra, wait! You mustn't interfere. This is Spartan training territory.
Yeah, I don't care.
I hope you're right. For their sake.
The Agogi is what turns boys into men. Interfering would only weaken them. Weaken Sparta.
They're no good to Sparta if we leave them to die.
And
So I'm trying to think. Yeah, Earl is the obvious vote there at at Fiji. No, like, not really anyway. I would vote for anyone else. Again, played a pretty dominant game. Was pretty much always in the majority, no matter what tribe he was on. Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's pretty easy. I think, yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing about Dreams, technically. Actually, no, I mean, even Dreams was on the outs the first vote, right? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he was on the outs in his initial tribe. So, yeah, I mean, even then, also, you got the fact that Dreams didn't play as strategically as Earl did, where he was playing more emotionally. So, yeah, again, I talked about this before, too, where I think Dreams... I mean, like, I would have voted for Dreams over Cassandra, though. Okay, 15, Todd versus Courtney and Amanda. I think this is a pretty easy Todd vote for me, though Amanda could get the vote too, possibly. But again, I think if you look at the game, again, it's definitely Todd controlling more of the action. Like even the move that Amanda gets credit for, which is blindsiding James, that was something that Todd brought up even earlier in the series, or even earlier in the season. So it's like I think Todd is the clear winner for me there. We got Parvati versus Amanda. I think it's another one. Parvati easily. Again, Parvati was the one on the in. Like was fuck. What am I trying to say? Was the person that was never in the minority the entire time. Again, Amanda was on the minority in the Aussie votes, and also Amanda needed an idol at the final 6 to save herself, which isn't great. What are we doing? Oh, talk to her. Okay, and then also the fact that the main reason why the Black Widow Brigade succeeded so much was because Parvati was the one to get the people together to begin with. Again, if Parvati didn't rope in Amanda, it didn't rope in Alexis and Natalie, then that alliance wouldn't have been a thing to begin with. I mean, at least not past the Aussie boot. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I think that's an easy one for me, Parvati. Final 7 is tough. Final 7. Gabon is tough. I would have voted for Sugar if she had a shot, but she did not.
But every night he would going to bring glory to Sparta.
If he were a better man,
So, if it's between Bob and Susie, I would have voted for
breaks that
Susie. Again, Bob had no control over the game at all. Susie had very little control too. And but Bob needed to win a lot of immunities before the Final Four. Okay, surprisingly, he didn't need the Final Four immunity to get to the end. Like, at least if really Susie needed to, and she did. Surprisingly, and then that caused Bob to go to fire, which again, Bob was dead to rights for a little bit there. So it's like, I just think it's the easy Susie vote, just because Bob's so bad.
It's been a long time since I rescued you from
Again,
the
they both
warehouse fire in
suck.
Corinth.
JT versus Steven, I personally would have voted for Steven. But, again, that's a super close one too, and maybe I would have changed my vote depending on, based on how poorly Steven performed at the final tribal. But it's like, I still think, if we're just looking at game, and I think I would have voted for Steven.
Stentor? I knew I should have killed him on the beach.
Didn't we kill him?
What do we have to do to get it back?
You'll need to negotiate your Spartan citizenship with the kings. It won't be easy.
Why not?
As happy as I am to see you, the kings won't be. Especially Archidamos. Your exit from Sparta wasn't exactly graceful.
He can't still be mad I broke his nose.
You what?
Again,
In any
this is
case,
such a
he
dumb
hasn't
fucking
forgotten.
thing.
But I have an idea that might help him forgive.
Tell us.
Spartan soldiers have been giving weapons to the Ilotes. Whoever takes care of these traitors will earn his thanks.
Which again, this is another side quest that.
To get our house back, I must take
Well, the
out
thing is that
Spartan
I feel like we might as
responsible
well
for inciting
do
the
it,
useless
right?
rebellion. Sounds easy enough.
Or no, do we need to do it?
When it's done.
No, fuck it.
And
We're
why
not gonna
don't we-
do it.
This is where I raised you. It's also where Leonidas raised me. I'm going to visit his tomb just beyond the estate. You should pay your respects too before you get started.
Are we over 30 minutes? Holy shit. This went quick. Alright, we're done with that mission. So we'll end here. We'll continue on in the next episode. But for now, thank you for watching.